I'm Adam Collins, this is Crick Buzz Centerstage, night 3 here at Adelaide Oval. I must admit, when we got here this morning, we thought a couple of scenarios were possible. One, that we'd get rained out entirely. Another, that Pakistan would get bowled out quickly, Australia would make them follow on, and maybe we would have a 3-day test. In the end, none of it really happened, but kind of all of it happened. What a bizarre day of cricket. Pakistan advancing from 92 for 6 overnight, right for the picking, and then Yasir Shah goes out and makes a maiden first-class 100, make it a test 100. His highest score in professional cricket was 71. His highest score in test cricket was 42. Well, he finished out making 113. Unheard of, considering he had a test batting average of 12. Unheard of, considering he took none for 197 with the ball at more than 6 and over, as Australia made their way to 589 for 3 declared yesterday. Who could have possibly picked it? Certainly not me, but it was a joyous innings, especially given the way he was able to play his shots against the Australian fast bowlers, especially given the way he came in on the previous evening at 89 for 6. Yes, Australia eventually got the job done, bowling out Pakistan for 302. Mitchell Starc with his best ever test figures in Australia, 6 for 66. But it really was all about the redemption, if you like, of Yasir Shah today. Bittersweet, no question about that. He wanted to do better with the ball. He acknowledged at his press conference after play today that his plans to David Warner throughout the series frankly just haven't worked. He takes his wickets in Australia at 90 apiece. It's ugly viewing when you look at his analysis, but at least he can take from today his name on that old scoreboard here at Adelaide Oval, one of the most famous scoreboards in the world, had his name in lights as he jumped into the air, as he kissed the turf. It really was a special moment. Regrettably, Babar Azam didn't get an opportunity to do that as well. 3 runs short of what would have been back-to-back centuries against the Australians. Mitchell Starc got the better of him with a ball that came in and just moved away just enough to draw the outside edge. He was gutted, bereft, leaning over the splice of his bat. 3 runs short of what would have been his 3rd Test 100. Not to be for Babar, but again, much as it was in Brisbane in the second innings, you see a player of that capacity, with that timing, with that poise, and you know that at 25 years of age, he's only going to get better. We're going to see him raise his bat for Pakistan with the red ball or the pink ball many, many times, I have no doubt. So returning to the Australians, they did so well after they made Pakistan follow on. Despite the fact that Australia had a 287 run lead on the first innings, we didn't really expect them to enforce the follow on, but the custom at this time of night at Adelaide Oval is you want to bowl with the pink ball when it is dark, so they took that opportunity and made them follow on, despite the fact that they've been bowling for an entire day by that stage. Quite unusual. Only 7 times in the last 25 opportunities since 2004 Australia have enforced the follow on. Alas, it worked. Mitchell Starc and Josh Hazlewood went to work again. Hazlewood picked up 2, Starc picked up 1. Imam Al-Haq, the captain Azhar Ali, and the superstar Babar Azam are already back in the shed. So overnight, Pakistan, they're only 39 for 3. They've got a long way to go if they're to make Australia bat a second time. And Mitchell Starc with his tail up is a really important step in the right direction for the left armour as well. We know he spent a lot of time out of the best 11 through the course of the Ashes series, only playing at Old Trafford, but he's made some tweaks to his technique, which he discussed with us at the press conference tonight, and now he feels like he's back to just about the peak of his powers.
Yeah, different conditions. I think that how I bowled in the Gabba game was probably a result of that. I felt like things were going slowly. I was probably more focused on trying to be more consistent rather than still running and bowl at a good pace. So finding a happy medium there was probably what resulted in now the little technical change to still get myself in positions where I'm probably more compact and less can go wrong in terms of the lines and lengths that I want to bowl, which is obviously what we spoke a fair bit about in the UK tour. Was the bowling group was heavily focused on economy rates and hitting a length, or back of a length, or a really good length for a long amount of time, which the guys did phenomenally well throughout the Ashes. So something that I worked a fair bit on in the nets over there, but then coming back to Australia, that first game felt like I'd perhaps dropped a little bit of pace, being too heavily focused on that. So now it's sort of a bit of that focus, along with still trying to have a bit of airspeed focus as well.
heavy rain finally brought a halt to proceedings here roughly an hour early. We'll make up some of that time tomorrow. The reality is Australia have got 2 days to take 7 wickets. Realistically, they'll clean up Pakistan at some stage tomorrow, I have almost no doubt. If they do have to bat in the 4th innings, it'll surely only be a narrow chase, which will mean that Australia will win this series 2-0. They'll take the 60 World Test Championship points and they'll move on to New Zealand in a couple of weeks. But for tonight, night 3, it was Yasir Shah's night, it was Mitchell Starc's night, and we'll return tomorrow and we'll hope we'll get some fantastic cricket to round out this series. Adam Collins, Cricket Buzz Centre Stage. I'll talk to you then.